Yeah, good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Back here with a lesson. We'll start with the unit number 3, or module 3. And actually, in a module 3, we'll go with an advanced things with an Android development things. That is like you can go with the location based things and views, different views you can set, or different layouts you can activities you can set in one particular project. In the last classes and all, we have seen only one particular activity, that is currency converter is having only one screen. Means we can't move with the other screens and all. So different views like that and all, and how the view options will be there and all we'll see, and how a recycler views will work, means moving from the main activity screen to other screens and coming back from the other screens to the main activity screen and all. So that things we will focus in this particular unit, and then we'll go with the location based views. That is how we can track the different locations using GPS. GPS, that things we'll discuss in this particular model. Coming to the other things, the main thing I want to tell you is now you can start the projects. So how you can start group, you can start your particular projects. The first point in the project or an assignment project is like this. You have to select first the topic, and means which field you are going to do. As I told you that societal and environmental issues, you have to take last almost all environmental issues. If you take society concerned is okay, not a problem. You take a problem first, and you have to write one page, at least 2 pages on that particular problem. What is that? Means what is the abstract you are going to do, and introduction, conclusion. Only these things, these three things, and what are the technologies you are going to use. And you have to submit that within the next Saturday. So once you have submitted, so once you have submitted that particular thing, I will tell you what are the drawbacks, or what are the things in that particular project, and I will come to know that either it is worth to do or not. And as this is an assignment project, there is no lab compulsory for you in this particular subject. Right. So it's an elective subject, only theory will be there. In view of an exam, only theory concepts will be there, and whatever PPTs I'm explaining you and all, if you follow that particular thing, it's okay. Why I am telling you a practical concepts also in this particular subject? Why? Because for your career, that is now today's the development of an apps is very much important for any projects. If you are considering, almost all web-based projects has been vanishing, and almost all companies, they are coming towards the this mobile particular apps and all. Everything will goes within a smartphone in the coming days. Almost all desktop and web-based services will be not there. So keeping in that particular mind, as a computer professionalist, learning developing an app with the professionalism is very important. Because of that particular thing, so I'm teaching you, even though it's a theory subject, I'm teaching you a lab, taking an Android Studio into the consideration. Same thing you have to write in theory also. In theory, same code, everything will be there. I just have to explain that. There is no need to do that. But actually, we are learning, and we are experimenting that, and we are doing. Though this is one thing. I'm planning one professional from a company. So he will give in a coming days. He will give you the means 1 or 2 days. He will train you still more in depth. Why? Because how company professionals are developing an apps and all. We should know that also. So I'm planning for that also. So in all the sense, what is a final outcome or an objective I want to achieve for you people in this particular subject is after learning this particular subject, each and every one of you can do at least a small apps of 2 screens, at least. So this is in my mind. Each and every student of mine of this particular batch, if I tell him that open an Android Studio and do one particular app, they must ready to do at least two activities app, and they should ready to deploy that and generate an APK file of that particular project. So this is objective what I want to achieve from this particular subject, and really I'm telling it's very useful for you. One thing, there is no lab as an external for you, only theory will be there. And coming to the batches will go according to the attendance. So whoever above means from we'll start with the beginning, we'll start with Anaga, and we'll end up with the last Veena, I think, right? So two members will make one particular group. Okay, I'll make that particular group and I will put that in a WhatsApp. Today evening, I will put that particular thing. Don't worry about that. You can assume now. Means who is two members, it will comes. So how below or above you will be your partner. So there is nothing more in that particular thing. So that you can consider as a group, and you can start working on that particular project, especially before coding. What I have told you in a model one. So designing of any screen boards and means collecting a data about an project. It's very important. Maybe many projects or many apps will be there of your idea, whichever is there in the market. Don't worry about that. You analyze that particular apps also, and you see what a new thing, one at least one new thing what you can add up apart from that particular apps to your particular app, and you can justify that yes, I can add up this particular thing. Means this one function which we had, functionality which we had added in our particular app. So that thing is very much important. Any doubts is there regarding assignment project, you can ask me. Any doubts?
Excuse me, sir.
Dakshayani.
Make our own group.
ಏನಮ್ಮ?
Sir, ನಾವೇ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಸರ್.
ನೀವೇ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೇನೋ ಅಂತ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮಿಕ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗತ್ತೇನೋ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಹಾಗೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವೆಬ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಗೂ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವೇ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಗೂ ಹಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ.
ಆಯ್ತು, ಒಂದ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಮೇಕ್ ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ 2 members. So with the topic whatever I told you within Saturday, you can submit that. Now not on issues. Okay,
ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಕನ್ವೀನಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ.
ಆಯ್ತಮ್ಮ, ಆಯ್ತು, not an issues. So you make your own group, and within the next Saturday, whatever synapses I told you, that is abstract introduction and conclusion with what technologies you are using, you can submit that. And USN and name of the 2 members, what is the project title, you can submit. Not a problem. So group I will left to you people. You can make your own groups. Okay, done. Next, any other doubts? Any other doubts? You can ask me. Any other doubts? No. Now we'll go with the
team members
ಅವನಮ್ಮ ನೀವೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈಗ ದಾಕ್ಷಾಯಣಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಟೀಮ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನೀವೇ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನೀವೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಾಟ್ ಅನ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್. ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅದು ಸಿನಾಪ್ಸಿಸ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನನಗೊಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು ಅಂತ. ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಬೇಡವಾ, ಏನ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು. ರೈಟ್? ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್? Yeah, we'll start with the module 3 now. I'll share that. Yeah, back here with a module number 3. So just a minute. Android messaging, networking, and location-based services. This is a third unit which we are going to study. In this particular things, what in depth we are going to learn is so the lecture intends to introduce the key concepts behind an Android messaging. What is this messaging? You know your WhatsApp and you know about your Twitter and all. How you can send messages in your app and it goes to a particular person. Two ways is there here to sending a message. One is in a broadcasting way, and another one is a particular person only should receive that particular message. So in this particular view, we'll see how these things can be done in an Android app. For example, you take we are going to take a WhatsApp as an example here, and we'll see in a WhatsApp how for a particular group the messages will broadcast, and particular individual person how a message will transfer, and how the chatting means you can do. And coming to the next, networking. So how you can connect to a networking, and through that particular different networking, how you can send messages and all. Coming to the next, location-based services. As I told you that how location-based trackings you can do and all using a GPS, longitude, latitude based things, how you can do and how you can take a help track a particular location using Google Maps. So that particular things we are going to discuss in this particular section. Now, in depth, what we are going to discuss. First things we'll discuss views and view groups. Basic views we'll discuss. How a different view of our particular projects will be there. As I told you that how you can view the from main activity, other activities and all, how you can come back and all. So that things will be there. And then fragments. This is another one very important concept. That is how a different within an activity, how you can do a fragments, means you can cut and you can show the different things. So that is another one important thing which you are coming to know in this particular things. And displaying maps. So how you can display a different maps and getting a location data from that particular map. Here we'll take example of a Google Maps, and we'll discuss on this particular thing. And publishing means how you can publish a new things from your app and all. And finally, how you are going to deploy the APK files in a Google store that you are going to discuss. This is the overall model, in-depth things what you are going to discuss. Now, SMS messaging. Now, how you can do the SMS messaging in an Android app. That means a SMS should go to a person as a notification you can send, and as when something you will do in your app, the SMS should come. For example, you can take any banking transactions, means phone pay or something like that. Whatever, if you do any transaction like that, Google Pay like that, SMS message will also come to a particular person. So as we have discussing from a beginning that farmers forum, in that particular forum also about a bank loan and all approval and all, the farmer, once the banker approves a particular loan, any banker, a SMS message should come to a farmer, and he should see what is the approved amount in that particular thing, like that. Now, once your basic Android application is up and running, yeah, yes, it's running already. We have seen that. The next interesting thing you can add to it is a capability to communicate with the outside world. Underline this word. This is very much important. In a previous project, what we have did a basic application. What we have did, we are not communicating with an outside world in that particular app. Just we are entering a dollars and we are seeing what is Indian currency of that. So we are not at all connected. Now you can this added things that it's a capability to communicate with the outside world. This is a one very important functionalities of any app. So you may want your application to send an SMS message to another phone when an event happens. 100%. So as I given two examples to you, so whatever event, it's left to you. One particular event happens in your app, means one person registers. For example, I will tell you, any farmer gets registered, a SMS message should be sent to the farmer that welcome to Farmers Forum app. Raita Bandhu, your username and the password is so and so, something like that. So the message you want to send, what is the event here? The event is once the farmer get registered and the farmer press a submit button. So that you can take into the consideration, such as when a particular geographical location is reached. So example that is, or you may wish to access a web service that provides certain services. So whatever may be the things. So it's left to you that what you want to do. So here the objective is sending an SMS message to another phone. Coming to next, SMS messaging is one of the main killer application on a mobile phone today for some users as necessary as the phone itself. Any mobile phone you buy today should have at least SMS messaging capabilities, and nearly all users of any age know how to send and receive such messages. Now, SMS messages, even though it's not a smartphone and all, SMS messaging is a basic thing, basic functionality which will be there in almost all the mobiles, right? And every person who are using mobiles, they know that how to read that particular SMS messages and send an SMS message. Android comes with a built-in SMS application that enables you to send and receive SMS messages. Underline this. Android comes with a built-in SMS application that enables you to send and receive SMS messages. However, in some cases, you might want to integrate SMS capabilities into your own Android application. So in some cases, almost all it will be there today. The latest versions, what we are doing and all, it's there built-in SMS application will be there. Just we have to call that particular thing. Otherwise, we have to connect it to the SMS capabilities. For example, you might want to write an application that automatically sends an SMS message at regular time intervals. Kids tracking, attendance status, monitoring, like that, different events may be there. You want to send that particular SMS messages. Note, you don't need a real device to test SMS messaging. The free Android emulator provides SMS capability also. So whatever the device, whatever we have taken, that itself is enough for you to send a message. Means the virtual device, what you are doing, the same. It's like a mobile. So there only you can test your SMS messages. From there only you can send your SMS messages to a particular outside person. Your application can automatically send an SMS message to a recipient without user intervention. User intervention. Note this particular point. When particular event occurs, automatically message should go. For example, I will tell you from your weather. Assume you are doing an app called as an weather reporting. Just for a sake, I am telling. Weather reporting. When it is too hot, means when temperature goes above 35 degrees Celsius, automatic SMS message should go to the user. Or when it comes below, automatic message should go to the user. Just for a sake, I'm telling you. Yes, today all smartphones is having that particular sensors, and it will comes to know that about on a temperature and all. Definitely, you can take that and you can send that as an SMS. So this depends on the non-intervention of a user. So without user intervention, the message should go automatically. Many IoT projects will do like that. Next time you are going to study that, means when something means happens in a forum or whatever a project you are doing, IoT projects, there automatic message should go to the user. As like that we'll code. So in that sense and all, for example, you take nowadays IoT based one example I will give you. So now you nowadays you are seeing the advertisements and all that our geyser will be there, and when the person comes and sits in a car, I think we got right. So that particular geyser will come and sit in car, and it will tell you forgotten to switch off me. That's an IoT, right? Means if you forgot to switch on one means switch off the particular geyser, then automatically intimation will be given to your mobile that your geyser is in on status. If it there for so many times and water is not out, so then automatically you can switch off that. So these things, sending a messages is very much important in an automated devices or IoT projects. To send an SMS message programmatically, you use the SMS Messenger class. Underline this: SMS Messenger class will be there, and that particular class you are going to see. Unlike other classes, you don't means you do not directly instantiate this particular class. Instead, you call the get default static method to obtain a SMS messenger object. So how you are going to do this means instead of extendable things, as you know that a compatible activity, how we are going to instantiate means how you can extend it like that. Here, taking an instant of that particular class, what you are going to do using a get default class static method, using that particular thing will obtain a SMS messenger object we are going to obtain. You then send the SMS message using the send text message so method. So you can see here the code whatever is there. Just a minute. 1 minute. Yeah, you can see here this particular message. Private you can use, or public you can use. It depends on you, not on issues. So void send SMS string phone number, and string message will be there. SMS messenger. SMS is equal to SMS messenger dot get default. So this is a very important method. First you have to get a default. Then what you have to do, SMS dot send text message phone number comma null comma message what you want to send. The message will be there, a string variable that is. So you can have a message whatever you want, means whatever input text message will be there. That message you can take, or your own message what you want you can type in that particular variable, as we have did in a previous activities and all, how we have taken a string variable, right? Like that. So remaining things will be null here. Don't worry about these null variables. It's a default thing. So we are worried only about this phone number and this particular message. So particular phone number, what do you want to send? So where this particular phone number will be there? This is another one question. See, almost all, whenever for example, the former registration has been done, just for a sec, I'll tell you, he will enter his phone number. So it will be there in a phone number field, correct? No, like that. So whatever main thing here, whatever you are doing means outside a person, if you are interacting through your particular app, each and every outside person will be identified through his phone number. Why? Because phone number is a unique number. From that, we can identify a particular person easily as a primary key. That we have to keep in mind. Sorry. So that is the one, this particular method, a small method which we have to use there. Don't worry about this. In practical also, I will show you how you can do this particular things. Coming to the next thing. See this particular slide here. Following are the 5 arguments to send text message method. So first one is in a destination address. You know that phone number of that particular SC address. What is this? Service center address. Use null for a default SMSC. What is this SMSC means? Your gateway means whichever your gateway server will be there according to the things. For example, I will tell you Airtel and Geo, like that it will be there, right? No, so that is the switch management section address, whatever is there. That why you are not entering numbers, we don't know that, right? So we don't know about that particular thing. Or even though when I'm sending a SMS from my phone, I am concerned with only a phone number, not any in between center switches or center addresses and all. So automatically my person means who is that the telecommunication person, whoever is there, sorry, whoever is there, he is going to take that particular means work or an functionalities. So that's a one thing. Next, text. Content of the SMS message. So whatever a text you are sending, that means message, whatever is there. So whatever content is there, that. So sent intent, sent intent, that is pending intent to invoke when the message is sent. Whatever a pending invoke is there means anything you want to invoke, so message has been sent, message has been delivered. So like that. Now here sent intent will be there. The message has been sent. For example, in a SMS or any Google, Gmail and all, you can see once the message has been sent, automatically a sent thing will be given. If you want, you can use here. Generally, we'll use a null here. Means we don't want any such a things and all. Or delivery intent. That is once the delivery has been done. This is a pending intent to invoke when the message has been delivered. Once it has been delivered, yeah, message has been delivered. If you want, you can use these two things. Otherwise, you can make it as a null. So how to use that, how to not use it, we'll see the practically. Don't worry about that. Either you want, you have to give the sent intent, whatever is it. Just you have to type that. Otherwise, null. Otherwise, delivery intent. Otherwise, null. So this thing what you have to enter in that particular arguments. Note, if you send an SMS message programmatically using the SMS messenger class, the message sent will not appear in the built-in message application of the sender. Note this particular point. But where it will appear, this is also an important thing. So where it will appear, it will appear always like a notification thing. So it will goes like that. Now, intent. An intent is basically the glue that enables different activities from different applications to work together seamlessly, ensuring that the task can be performed as though they all belong to one single application. This is very damn important. As I told you in the beginning, that if you want to move from a main activity to other activities, like multiple screens in our language, I will tell you, understandable language. Assume my screen is having 2 or 3 screens is there for me. One is a registration screen is there, and another one is a login screen will be there, and another one is assume some message I want to give. So 3 screens is there. So how from the screen, 3 screens are of one particular application, and how it will behave like that. For that, the main thing is this particular intent. You must keep in your mind. An intent is basically the glue that enables the different activities from different applications to work together seamlessly. That means all the activities means the different main activity is different, other registration activity is different, and some information messaging activity is different. Assume, just for a sake, I'll tell you, you want to make all these activities to link together. For that, you are going to use an intent. Ensuring the task can be performed as though they all belong to one single application. So this comes under views. So you can see that linking activities using intents. How you can link the different activities. Different activities is nothing like that. Whatever in Android screen, when we open the main activity screen will be there like that. No. So you can add up the activities there. So you can design whatever components you want to put. You can design everything you can do. Not an issues. Like that. How many activities you want, you can do. Now, how you can link from main activity or a main screen to other particular things and all. So that is very much important. here. Right. An Android application can contain zero or more activities, not an issue. When your application has more than one activity, you often need to navigate from one to other. Yes, definitely we should navigate. In Android, you navigate between activities through what is known as an intent. Now you got it very clearly in theory exam also. It's important. They can ask you that define an intent and write a code to link two activities in a Android application. Maybe the question will be like this. So then you have to define activity. What is it? What is the intent here? You have to define first. That is, in Android, if you navigate between activities through what is known as an intent. Coming to next, getting feedback after sending a message. To keep track whether you send a message has been sent correctly or not. To do so, you can create two pending intent objects to monitor the status of the SMS message, which you are going SMS message sending process. These two pending intent objects are passed to the last two arguments that you have seen null, null, right? So the last two arguments you are sending in a send text method. Coming to next, the preceding example created two pending intent objects in the on create method. You can see how you are going to create that pending means intent pending things. So sent PI, this is one particular object which I am going to create. How pending intent dot get broadcast this comma 0 comma new instant sent or not, so that sent status will come back to this particular thing. So this whatever you are going to is a dynamic object which will indicate its parents. That means send text message whatever is there, so it is going to link to that particular attributes of that particular object. From there, so depending on that particular phone number, whether it is sent or not, the sent status will come back to sent PI. Delivered PI, that is pending, same you are going to use, and then you are going to send here as an intent as an delivered, capital letter is must here. So once the delivered status will come back to here. These two pending intent objects will be used to send a broadcast later when an SMS message has been sent. That is SMS sent and SMS delivered. Now you can see here the below in the on resume method, you then create and register two broadcast receivers. So on resume you have to use and you have to register that. These two broadcast receivers listen to the intents that match SMS sent and SMS deliver. If sent has been there, if it is matching sent status, then it will comes to SMS sent. If it is matching delivery status, it will comes to the SMS delivery, which are filed by the SMS messenger when the message has been sent and delivered respectively. Register the two broadcast. How you are going to register that? You have to register the receiver SMS delivered receiver as a new intent filter delivered. When it has been delivered status, you have to register that. Then register the receiver, whoever the receiver is there, you have to register him when the sent receiver has been sent and sent status is there. So in theoretically concepts, understanding this type of things, you may feel somewhat difficult. Don't worry about that. We'll do it practically also in this particular thing. Coming to next, within each broadcast receiver, you override the on receive method and get the current result code. So whatever the current status is there, you have overriding on receive, either it has been sent, either delivered, means sent status will be one. So it will be there as an initial thing. Then automatically once the message has been delivered, so it will be on receive will be override by a delivered a status like that. The two pending intent objects are passed into the last two arguments of the send text message. So how you are going to pass this, you can see here in a previous code it is null, right? Now what we are doing it, sent PI, sent delivery PI. You go back to the previous slide, you can see that how you are defining a sent PI and delivered PI and how you are registered that particular things. After doing these things, what you have to do, again you have to go back and in your particular message, whatever is there, you have to use send PI and delivered PI. Once if you use this particular thing, definitely you are going to get a sent status and a received status, means delivered status once a message has been sent. In this case, whether a message has been sent correctly or failed to be delivered, you will be notified of its status via the two pending intent objects. Definitely, it's one particular use. Means as we have doing in a good application, definitely our customer should know that whether the message has been sent, whether the message has been delivered or not. Maybe you can use this particular thing. Finally, in the on pause method, you unregister the two broadcast receivers objects. If you want to unregister the two particular objects, you can use on pause also. Then you don't get sorry, you don't get that particular status. Sending SMS using messages using an intent. Now you can see here how you can send a messages using an intent. Using the SMS messenger class, you can send SMS messages from within your application without the need to involve the built-in messaging application. However, sometimes it would be easier if you could simply invoke the built-in messaging application and let it do all the work of sending the message. Usually, now latest Android studios, whatever you're going to use, their versions is there. Definitely means inbuilt SMS messenger is there. You have to invoke that. That's it. To activate the built-in messaging application from within your application, you can use an intent object together with the MIME. That is what you have to do. You have to type this particular thing as shown in the following code. Now you see the following code here. Intent I is equal to new intent. So whatever Android action view is there, you're going to take that, and I put extra whatever address is there, that address you're going to give, and SMS body whatever is there, hello my friends, this is the address which you are going to give, and then type whatever is there, that, and start activity I. This will invoke the messaging application. Either you can do like this, or either directly also you can call. We'll see how we can do in both the ways, or either in the better way what we can do. Okay, this is there according to your syllabus, right? So in a view of your syllabus, definitely even latest Android versions and all you may not use, we'll do directly, not an issue there. Don't worry about practical. But according to the syllabus, if they ask you that, so how you are going to invoke the messengers in Android, so definitely in this way we are going to invoke the messenger activity in our particular applications. This code is very much important there. Next, note that you can send your SMS to the multiple recipients by simply separating each phone number with a semicolon. Not only one particular number you can use, you can send to three members using a semicolon. Means number, semicolon, number, semicolon. Wherever that phone number attribute is there or argument is there, you have to do like that. So the message will be sent to the multiple users. The numbers will be separated using commas in the messaging application. So here you are going to use commas. Now you can see back here, come back, right? And you can see here semicolon. This is a number. This is a phone numbers, right? Means only don't think that only 4 digits will be there. No, whatever a phone number is there, that. So how it has been separated here? The messenger will take automatically the comma there. So in this particular way, you can do. This is the second way how you can invoke the SMS message sent. Receiving SMS messages. Now I'll stop here. Now you tell me any doubts is there in sending SMS messages. Any doubts is there? Come on. You're not feeling it's interesting? Oi, matadapa. Listening? Everyone?
Yes,
Huh?
yes, sir.
Now doubts, any doubts is there in sending SMS messages from your app? Any doubts is there?
No, sir.
No, right. Now we'll go to the receiving SMS messages. Now, one thing, now all these things we have studied that how you can send an SMS message. So how you can receive a SMS message in your apps, means from your app. So that is also a very much important thing. So besides sending SMS messages from your Android application, you can also receive incoming SMS messages from within your application by using a broadcast receiver object. So in your app, if you want to use in your application, if you want to take the SMS messages, the thing what you are going to use is a broadcast receiver object. So this is useful when you want your application to perform an action when a certain SMS message is received. When it will be useful? This is another one question. Usually SMS, almost all in many cases, I can say 80 to 90% of almost all apps sending SMS will be there, not a receiving SMS. If you receive SMS also, then what you want to do? For example, I will tell you the situation here. For example, assume in IoT application you are having there is no means one GPS, sorry, GRPS card will be there. Slot you have put into the Arduino board. Just for a sec, I'm telling you. Next time we'll discuss. Don't worry about that. So that SIM will be there in that. Just I will tell you like this. One particular board will come in that. One SIM will be there. We'll put that SIM and we'll connect that to the Arduino board and assume, for example, moisture level. This I will tell you. Moisture level will moisture sensor will be there in a soil. Whenever moisture level will comes down, means automatically based on a value, your Arduino board will comes to know, yes, it's come down. Yeah, that value will be sent as an SMS message to your particular app. This is important here. Where it should send? It should send to your app. Once that SMS has been received, catching that particular SMS, what you are going to do in your app means you are going to tell the user in your app, for example, user in your app, the moisture level of that particular plant line or pipeline has been so and so. You want to switch on the motor. Assume this is a task. So switch on the motor. If we press on, in an app, then automatically motor must switch on. So this is a scenario. In that, definitely you have to receive the SMS message. Otherwise, how will you come to know that the moisture level is down there? So assume for this particular situation, definitely we should receive the SMS message. This is useful when you want your application to perform an action when certain SMS is received. Then preventing the messaging application from receiving a message. To prevent an incoming message from being handled by the built-in messaging application, your application just needs to handle the message before the messaging app has a chance to do so. To do this, the Android priority you have to fix. How a priority you are going to fix? Receiver Android name, SMS receiver, you can put a priority for that. It's Android like that. Means based on you. No, I need setting this attribute to a high number such as Android. The higher the number, the earlier Android executes your application. When an incoming message is received, your application will execute it in fast priority. So you think whenever the lower the number is a priority will be low and higher the number priority will be very high. So in that particular sense, you will come to know this is a thing. Means in XML, whatever XML is there in that particular activity.xml, you have to add this particular thing. Here not it's a Java code, you have to keep in your mind, right? So there you have to add this receiver Android name, whatever is there, you have to add up and you have to fix the priority for that. And then Android name. So telephony SMS received. So through via telephonic means number wise you are going to receive a message that you are fixing in a XML. This means activity XML code. You are going to set this. So set this particular number. You know your application will execute fast, and you can decide what what to do with the message. To prevent other applications from seeing the message, simply call the abort broadcast method in your broadcast receiver. Whatever you are going to take a broadcast receiver, in that you can call abort broadcast. Means once if you tell abort broadcast, the other members who are using your application will not get that. Only that particular person will receive that. It depends. Coming to the next, sending email. Now I'll stop here. Sending any emails and all through apps, we'll see in a later stage. So any doubts is there for today's class? Definitely you can ask. Any doubts? Actually, to say that, I have to do the lesson like this, right? So my job is over here. I have to tell so and so code to send a SMS message and all and all. Then practical also, if you don't know, you will get more confident. That's the only intention, right? Now, any doubts?
So what kind of Arduino board will be
That depends. See, actually, I will tell you very clearly. Arduino board and all, it will comes in IoT when you go with the problems and all.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, that is actually it's not related to the subject, not to say. But Arduino board will come in different versions. Usually, we'll go with Arduino, UNO boards, UNO boards. So UNO boards, why we are going means universal interactions you can do in that particular thing. So transform and receiving you can do. But there, what happens for communication purpose? What you have to do, that is very much important. Three ways is there to communicate from your board to the outside world. Three ways is there always. What is that? GPS way is the one way, and another way is Wi-Fi. You are connecting to any other hotspot or an internet, and the other thing is this one means GPRS, like from your SIM, sending a messages or receiving a messages. That also you can do. So that three ways. Benaka,
Okay, sir.
any other doubts? Okay, I'll go for attendance now. Yeah, answer. Just a minute. Only left hand shuffle ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ Anaga, I'll call with numbers. You can answer.
Yes, sir.
Right? One ilva.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Right.
sir.
One. Okay, ma. Okay. 1, 2, 2 ilva. Abhilash.
He's not there.
Abhilash. Okay. Absent. 3,
Yes, sir.
4,
Yes, sir.
ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು 5 ಇಲ್ಲ 6
Yes, sir.
7
Present, sir.
8
Yes, sir.
9
Present, sir.
10
Yes, sir.
11,
Yes, sir.
12.
Sir.
ಯಾರು 12? Rahmatullah.
Yes, sir.
13,
Present, sir.
14,
Present, sir.
15,
Yes, sir.
16,
Present, sir.
17,
Yes, sir.
18,
Present, sir.
19, 19, Ishan. 19, Ishan is not there. Right. 20,
Present, sir.
21,
Yes, sir.
22,
Present, sir.
23,
Present, sir.
24,
Yes, sir.
25,
Present, sir.
26,
Present, sir.
27,
Present, sir.
28,
Present, sir.
29,
Yes, sir.
30,
Yes, sir.
31,
Present, sir.
32,
Present, sir.
33,
Present, sir.
34,
Present, sir.
35,
Yes, sir.
36,
Present, sir.
37,
Present, sir.
38,
Present, sir.
39,
Present, sir.
40,
Yes, sir.
41,
Present, sir.
42,
Present, sir.
43,
Present, sir.
44,
Present, sir.
45, 45, Sharan. ಇಲ್ಲ 46,
Present, sir.
47,
Present, sir.
48,
Present, sir.
49,
Present, sir.
50,
Present, sir.
51,
Present, sir.
52,
Present, sir.
53,
Present, sir.
54,
Present, sir.
55,
Present, sir.
56,
Present, sir.
57,
Present, sir.
58,
Present, sir.
59,
Present, sir.
okay.
Sir, 45 present, sir.
ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳ
Sharan,
ಹೆಸರು ಹಾ
Sharan, sir.
ಯಾಕೋ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ
Oh, sir.
Okay. Just I'll stop recording now.